assignment tonight. I'm filling in as your host. My name is... It makes me sad, you guys. You gotta go on your toes a little bit better than that. All right, once again, another great coaches show here at Dickey's Barbecue. Some of the best barbecue that you're going to get in the Midwest, nay, the world, right here. Big thanks and hats off to our sponsors. What's up, Kitchen? Thank you, guys. Great job again tonight. All right, before we get to our head coach, Josh Kamrass, we're going to talk about a couple of things that are coming up. Obviously, I know you guys have been hankering for these past 6 weeks for a little bit of hockey. Have you not?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I got good news. We are now less than a few days here. Next Friday coming up, your RoadRunners going up against the Odessa Jackalopes. That's right, on home ice, and that's going to be Friday, March 18th. And that first Friday of a 3-game series is going to be County Employee Ticket Night. That's right, county employees, anybody with a county employee ID gets a $1 ticket into the game. Sounds awesome, tell your friends. Also, we are going to be revealing that night on ice what car somebody, maybe even in this room, could win the auto acceptance, that's right, car giveaway that we're going to be doing April 2nd. We're going to find out what the car is. You're going to get to see it with your own peepers right there on March 18th. March 19th, of course, is Superhero Night. That's right, that's our big Saturday night game. Doors going to open at 6:05. We're going to have a bunch of, basically, if y'all remember Star Wars Night, we had a bunch of those Star Wars characters. We got the same for superhero characters. They're going to be out taking pictures with kids. Obviously, Ultimate Bounce is going to be there with a bouncy house for everybody. We're going to have the Say Cheese photo booth. We're also going to have our own videographer, Evan Reeser, walking around and taking pictures of people with these Top Con superhero characters who will be with us. Don't forget the happy half hour that night. That will start at 6:05 as well, going to 6:35. You get $2 hot dogs, $2 beers during that happy half hour. All right. We're also going to have a costume parade. Kids with the best costumes are going to win a great prize and a late skate after the game. Saturday night's a big one. And don't forget, like I said, 3-game series. So be there Sunday, March 30th, or March 30th, March 20th. That's right. As we cap off, we have a very successful weekend against Odessa. That's right, on Sunday. The doors will open at 5, puck drops at 6 on Sunday. All right, we also want to give a big shout out to our Learn to Skate program, which is going to resume Thursday, March 17th at 5:30 at the Expo. There's still time to register your kid for that. We also have 2016-2017 season tickets on sale. Remember, kids under 12 get free season tickets next season. So if you've got a young one that wants to get in on the Topeka RoadRunners action, make sure you have them signed up for that. All right, without further ado, let's go to the man, the myth, the legend, the one and only RoadRunner head coach, Josh Kamrass.
How you doing, Chris?
I'm sweating bullets right now. I'm not even sure it's hot in here. It should just be me,
You need a water.
What's that?
You need a water.
I could use some parched.
Can we get him a water, please?
No. I'll be fine.
Tall glass of water.
Coach always looking to take care of his players. How have you enjoyed the break?
The break has been good. Rejuvenated, ready to get back at it.
Excellent. Well, it's always nice to get that kind of break. In this long season that we have. The Runners, though, we've only played 2 games in the last 3 weeks. Is there such a thing as, too much time away from actual gameplay?
Yeah, I think there's a fine line between taking time off and having too much time off. Thank you for the water. Look at that. There we go. Great
Folks
sponsor.
here at Dickey's Barbecue knocking it out as always.
But yeah, it's there's a fine line, and we feel it kind of caught up with us a little bit in Lone Star and having some time off. So we're glad to get back after it. Our group looked pretty rejuvenated during practice yesterday. We spent a lot of time together, even though we had that time off. We did spend a lot of time together. So yeah, there is a pretty fine line, and we're just excited to get back on the ice and not have any more breaks for the rest of the year.
I understand you guys are actually out doing a little team building activity today. What was that all about?
We did. We made a commitment as a group. Even though we had a few breaks coming up, we looked at the schedule. We thought, it's that time of year we've got to spend together, and you got to be together, and that's the only way to grow and continue on in the playoffs. So every week we've been doing some team building activities. Today we played baseball as a group and some kickball. So it's good for them to get away from hockey. You know, they've been doing it for 7 months. So when you get some time to enjoy not playing hockey, you try to take advantage of it.
Absolutely. Back to the hockey, though, and I know everybody in this room is excited to do that. But just going along the way this past month or so has gone, you know, goals have been tough to come by. You know, particularly against Wichita Falls and Lone Star, as you mentioned. As a coach, do you feel compelled that, you know, to kind of tinker with what's been working all season, even if you're having kind of a little bit of a rough patch? Or do you kind of stay the course with your assignments, you know, just grind through, you know, what we've been going at the moment?
A little bit of both. The season is a grind. It's long. You know, guys are tired, beat up, you know, all that stuff. But you know, you got to play through that. You know, we've made a few line changes, and at this part of the season, it's really tough to score. Every team's having a struggle. You'll see games be 2-1, you know, 3-2, 1-0, sort of stuff like that. So it's just that time of season, and there's no team in our division that you know, every team's got good goaltending. We were talking about it today in the office. There's not one team with just average goaltending,
particularly in this division.
Yeah, especially this division. You know, and that makes it tough. If a goalie heats up, they can win games just based off of goaltending. So you got to work. You got to make sure that you're bringing it for 60 minutes and getting gritty and earning those goals.
Absolutely. And of course, one of the real strong points on this team this season has been the play of special teams. There's a tremendous amount of skill up front for us, but as with the offense, you know, both the power play and the penalty kill have been pressing of late. Is there anything to be concerned about, or do you feel it's just a late season hiccup?
No, it's you know, it's part of the grind. You know, special teams, we've addressed it. You gotta take advantage of it. It hasn't been real great as of late, and we attribute that to guys not being selfish and, you know, they want to make that extra pass or make the pretty play instead of just putting it to the net and having guys go to work, you know, in the crease. So hopefully, you know, we got the message. We've learned from it moving forward, and obviously, we still got time to improve, and that's the positive thing and something we're focusing on. You know, playoffs didn't start today. They didn't start yesterday. They start, you know, in a month. So we got time to improve, and that's a good thing for us.
Absolutely. And like you say, moving forward, we're going to be facing Amarillo this weekend, which, yeah, Amarillo, where they are right now, it's a good team to get healthy against. But they're, of course, just 1 point away from being mathematically eliminated, which kind of paints them into a corner. And you got to expect that they're going to be giving you their best, you know, wanting to, you know, maintain their opportunities for playing a little bit deeper into the season. Now, even though we've had success against them, you know, how do you approach a team that's kind of back to a corner like that?
I'd say no different. We haven't had success in our last 4 games, and you know, I would say our backs are against the corner too. We're not guaranteed anything at this point. You know, playoffs they're a month away, and you know, you want to finish strong going into the playoffs. So you can't take, just because you're going into Amarillo and they're 1 point away from being eliminated mathematically, that doesn't mean anything. They're a team that's going to come. They're going to play hard. You know, they're trying to show the rest of the league, you know what, our record isn't how good our team is. It's just a couple of bad bounces, and I think that they're going to bring it this weekend. And you know, I'm certain our guys they're ready to play, and they're going to play RoadRunner hockey.
Absolutely. Of course, February is always a difficult month, not just for the team, but for fans in general. I mean, we got no ice, we can't watch any hockey. And of course, as a player and a coach, you know, kind of lived through this yourself. How does your experience with that help you guide the players through, I mean, just this long, extended period of being on the road?
It's extremely tough, both on the players, the staff, you know, the fans. They want hockey. I mean, it's just tough, you know, and there's nothing you can really do about it. You can't make excuses. You just got to play. When you get an opportunity to practice, you got to make the best of it. And you know, when you're limited with your ice at home, you know, we're fortunate to have ice in Kansas City, which is great, and we have a great setup there in Bonner Springs. But you know, every team in our division faces the same exact thing because we play in these arenas and these expo centers, and you know, there's no excuses that we can make. We just got to make sure that, you know, we're on the tail end of that, and we come out strong.
Absolutely. One thing the fans might not be aware of, recently Dominic Lutz was promoted from alternate captain to co-captain. What can you tell us about why that was put into place?
It's actually a unique situation. Cam Strong, who's been the captain all season long, because of his college commitment, he's unable to be at Dartmouth. He's unable to be a transfer student, which means he can't take classes. And after his birthday, he has to basically be dropped off the roster, so to speak, so that he's not considered a transfer student going to Dartmouth. Otherwise, he loses eligibility in college. So it's it's a unique situation, him being 21 and committing to Dartmouth. We're extremely proud of Cam for that, and as an organization, we're proud of him. And that's what we're here to do, is move players on and be a part of his path. But we saw that Cam's last game will be March 19th, superhero night, and
exactly that much more reason to come out and see the team.
Yeah, and it'll be his last game. So we thought going into playoffs, we took a close look at the leadership group that we had and all the guys on the team, and we decided that Dom, he's garnered a lot of respect from his teammates, and he does a great job, and the way that he leads is the way that we want to carry our organization. He's not a rah-rah guy. He's very humble. He's very quiet. He's methodical in his approach to the game, and he plays extremely hard every night. And you don't have to ask Dom to do anything twice, and that's what we're hoping our guys do moving forward. And we thought Dom was a good leader and a good fit for that role.
Oh, absolutely, and some big shoes to fill, but we know Dom can do it. What is? I imagine you don't have any problem seeing or foresee the team having any problem with that, not having Cam on the ice, right? Because he's going to be in the stands and just as much a part of the team, at least going forward for the rest of the season as he was before.
Yeah, believe it or not, that was part of Joe and I's job. As soon as we found out about the commitment, to try to find a suitable replacement, so to speak, for Cam when he leaves. Being able to find a replacement for the captain of your team, a guy who's been leading your team in points most of the season, and you can't replace what he brings off the ice, but you don't look for a replacement. You look for a guy who blends in with the room, who fits in with the team. He makes contributions in his own way, and we did that. So we're excited. Obviously it is what it is with Cam, and there's nothing. We wouldn't change that situation because he's going to college, but. We were able to fulfill Cam's dreams, him being a Roadrunner and what he wanted to do. So, we're excited about that, and we're excited about the group we have heading into the playoffs.
Absolutely, Coach, and of course, I know all the fans here can say we're awfully proud of Cam and awfully proud of the team for helping him realize that. Let's give him a big round of applause. And on that note, I'm going to open the floor to you guys. All right, now. Prefer is if somebody can approach the table and ask a question to Coach here. It's going to be an open forum. No question too salty. No question too hard or piercing. Coach Kamrass can't handle it. Is there anybody out here that would like to ask something of the head coach? This is a very rare opportunity. Feel free to take part. I got some people thinking. Some folks noodling.
Some thinkers.
Oh yeah, no. Vince is thinking we are in trouble.
We want questions up here. That's
Coach, we got
let's get the fans involved a little bit. This is the coaches show, but it should be the Roadrunner Nation show is what we should start calling it.
Exactly.
Get the Roadrunner Nation involved.
Yeah, new Sam.
Well, you got to come up and ask a question. Come on up. We got one question. Come on up.
Barb.
You want the mic?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just want to know about the new player, Sam.
Sam Carlson.
And where it came from and what's the deal?
Yeah,
Can't wait to see him.
The question was about our new player, Sam Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Carlson came to us. He formerly played in Kenai in the North American League, and he left, I believe, right after Christmas. And our scouting staff, we were tasked with the Cam Strong situation, and we were trying to find a replacement, like we talked about before, with being a good fit in the room. And Sam's name came across our desk, and we did some digging, and he was able to come to Topeka, and become a part of our team. He's been facing some injury problems that he had prior to coming to town. So, hopefully he gets healthy soon and he's able to get out on the ice. And he's exactly what they told us he was. He's a great kid. He blends right in with the team. He's a part of the locker room instantly, and we're very excited to have Sam be a Roadrunner, and hopefully he gets healthy as soon as possible.
Yay, good. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Does anybody have a question right now? Immediately ready to ask. While you're thinking one, Coach, she brings up a good point with Sam there, and how lucky we've been this year to have guys that we've added either early in the season, definitely after training camp, middle of the season, late in the season, that have just really blended into the locker room and actually kind of made this team, or this team made them. It just worked out well.
Yeah, that's something we look for as a staff. We don't bring guys in that aren't character kids, and what we mean by that is if you're going to be a problem in the locker room, it doesn't matter how good you are, because it takes one guy to tear down the wall, and it takes 23 guys to hold it up. So we're looking for guys that they're good kids. They want to get better. They're here for a reason, and they're committed to being a part of the team and a part of the Roadrunner organization. So that's something that's just so important for us, is high character kids with good work ethic, and they love being a part of the Topeka community, because that's what the Roadrunners are. They're part of the community here in Topeka, and they're this is all a big family and a big group, so can't have anyone get in the way of making it the best that it can be.
Very true, Coach. And just kind of awkwardly segueing from the community family part of it, the guest we have on tonight is Seth Kamrass.
Yes.
Who is part of the family in many ways, not just a Topeka Roadrunner player.
I know him well.
Indeed. Talk a little bit about the type of player that you've seen him grow into.
I would say he's very, very defensive oriented. He loves blocking shots. I shouldn't say he loves blocking shots. Pucks seem to find him in the D zone one way or the other, and he doesn't complain too much about it. So, that's a great characteristic trait to have on the ice for a defenseman. You don't hear too much complaining from him about not being on the power play. He knows his role. He's known it from day one. He's worked extremely hard in his time as a Roadrunner and prior to that to get where he's at today. We talked about it, I believe, last time I was here at the coaches show. He doesn't try to be something he's not, and he works extremely hard every day. So it's great to see, and it's how you build teams, and you want guys like Seth, because that's what we're looking for here in Topeka.
Well, okay then. I'll use this for another awkward segue. Without further ado, we're going to bring Seth up here. Not yet, folks. Wait up. But we're going to do a little bit different because we have a Kamrass and a Kamrass on the same show. We figured it just was fitting that they interview each other, or I should say the head coach. Your head coach, Josh Kamrass, will be interviewing Seth Kamrass. Give him a big round of applause.
Seth, it's great to have you on the coaches show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
When you were sitting in the back, your face wasn't as red as your shirt, but it is now. Is there a reason for that?
I don't know what to be asking.
I hold in my hand a list of questions that were written down. Whether I had anything to do with that or not, you won't know. But without further ado, we'll ask our questions on the sheet. We'll stick to the sheet, not get away from it. All right. So take a deep breath. It's no different than any other coach's show. It's just Arch isn't here today, so I'll be filling in for Arch today. Where are we here? Okay. Question 1, Seth. Every player's path to being a Roadrunner is different. What was your path towards coming to Topeka, and what were the steps that you took to get here?
Well, I played midget hockey down in Atlanta, and then after my season, I came up and played with Anthony Bone and the Capitals were here. And then last year, obviously I didn't get a lot of ice time when I was here, but I worked hard, got my opportunity this year, and I'm just trying to roll with it.
How was you talk about last year and not getting a lot of playing time, and that's difficult. Every player, coach, anyone who's ever played hockey has been in a similar situation. How do you how do you deal with that adversity at times? Was it tough? Did you have people to lean on? You know, kind of tell the fans here what it was like for you at parts of the season and good times and in bad.
It was really tough, but the biggest thing was staying positive. You know, I leaned on my older brother Zach. You guys probably don't know him. He didn't play here. The only one who didn't. He was always just reminding me to stay positive because hockey's going to end at some point, and sitting out and dealing with adversity is going to make you a better man in the end.
Yeah, and that's so true. That it's really tough not playing at times because you're here for that, but. I know there was a lot of conversations with Zach for you, and it seemed like he helped you a lot, and that's tough on anyone. With 3 older brothers playing hockey, did you ever feel pressured to be a hockey player yourself? And what other sports did you enjoy growing up?
I actually didn't like hockey growing up because I was always not the greatest compared to the other 3. Still like that, but around 11 years old is really when I got into it. I also played baseball. I like to say I was decent at that, but it wasn't for me. And then when I turned about 13, I really just main focus was hockey.
Did your brothers have anything to do with that, or was that your decision to play?
Well, that was my decision.
Okay. So now I'm going to take the questionnaire hat off, and I'm going to put my brother hat on. I think I remember pushing you to play baseball. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, he said it was easier on the body and more money.
Yeah, that's great advice. I would give anyone that advice to this day.
If I could go back, I think it'd be baseball.
Yeah. Well, it's always fun getting to see you grow up and play hockey. But what made you choose to become a defenseman? Obviously, Jake was a forward. I was a forward. Zach was a defenseman. But what ultimately led you to become a defenseman?
Well, you're only going to hear defensemen say this, but defensemen are the smartest players on the ice. They start the rush, they start everything, and then they're there to get their forwards backs if they make a mistake, and the goalie's best friend. Don't let them tell you it's the post either, it's us.
That's true. I don't know that I'm going to say that they're the smartest, but I think that...
He was a forward.
Yeah, I agree with you, though, that what you guys do on the blue line is important, and you guys are kind of the line of defense, so to speak. I know it's a little cliche, but what is it like to play, for me being your older brother, to play as me being the head coach, to play under that? Is it tough?
Well, we've really established a relationship that at the rink and gym and anywhere not at his house or outside, like anything at the rink is coach-player. But outside, like we're at his house, we're brothers, so I've just established a relationship that he's my coach. There's no relationship there. I treat him like everyone else would. And he treats me like every other player.
Yes, and that is true. And we had an incident last week for the fans, and that's something that we wanted to get for our players, is make sure that everyone's equal. Doesn't matter how many points you have or anything like that. Everyone's on level playing field. Do you think that that's been true thus far since your time here in Topeka?
Yeah.
Okay, good answer. We should do this more often, I think. What do you fans think? This is kind of fun.
Camera show.
Can I interview him next show?
Yeah, sure. On the season, you have 6 assists, 48 penalty minutes, and a +5 on the ice. Which of those stats is most important to you, and why? You want me to repeat?
No, I got it.
Okay.
I'm going to go up. The plus-minus is probably the most important to me.
And why?
Well, obviously get a plus for being out there and a goal scored, and I pride myself in not getting scored on the ice, so having a positive, a plus rating is important.
Okay. Talk about your future after the season. Obviously, this is your last season as a junior hockey player. What do you envision for yourself after leaving Topeka? Have you had any time to talk to schools, any interests, any visits, anything like that? And what are you hoping to do after this year?
I'm talking to a lot of D3 schools. This week we had the off week, so I got to utilize that, and I got to go visit a couple D3 schools up in Minnesota. And yeah, I'm just looking to play D3, get a good education, because hockey's not forever, so the education's the most important to me.
Absolutely. Did your older brother tell you that, or coach tell you that, or both?
My mom.
Oh, your mom. So, as most of you fans know, how are we doing on time here? Are we doing okay? You're good. Okay. As most of you know, if you have newspaper, get the Topeka Capital Journal. My beautiful fiance put a picture of us, and we're getting married this June. Pretty excited about that, but there is an ultimatum here. Yes, thank you. There is a big decision. I have 3 brothers and can only have one best man, Seth. Can you give any insight into who you think the best man is coming in June, and how do you think the race is shaping up?
Well, I thought I was the front runner until today. We were playing baseball, and Coach Joe and Josh were both on we were on separate teams, and I was pitching, Josh was at bat. It was a full count, and I said, Josh, if I strike you out, I get to be the best man at your wedding. And I threw him right down the middle, and he hit it real far. And actually, it blew the game, and it blew my chance to being the best man, is what I feel. So I feel like our brother Zach, he's in the front running. They're the closest.
Okay, so there you go, fans.
But I'd like to think that he's using this show to announce that me as his best man. I feel like that's what we're getting at here.
Well, that was really good. I'm really impressed. Do you think next year that you'd like to do something in communications degree? Maybe be on the air, be a newscaster, something like that?
I'll come back and run the camera show with you.
Oh, okay.
If I'm the best man.
There you go. Just so you know, fans, everything he does is, if I could be the best man, I will do blank. So that's how it's been for the last year for me. So, Seth, thanks for being here on the Coaches Show. It's a pleasure getting to interview you as a player for the RoadRunners and as my youngest brother. And wish you the best of luck the rest of the season and in your future. And we'll hope to have you back.
Thank you.
Thank you. But I don't believe we're done. I'm done interviewing, thank God.
Was that tough? That sounded.
No, that wasn't
sounded
tough.
pretty natural. You guys,
Yeah, it
you guys
was.
had a little rapport there. It's like you've known each other.
We've known each other for a few years. We have another RoadRunner Ask a Runner segment.
Yeah.
We bring Seth back up and have play.
Yeah,
do
absolutely.
fans? Let's not be shy. Let's get up here and ask.
Anybody with any questions for Seth Kamrass, folks? Come on.
Any questions? No questions.
Hands in the air.
We got one.
It's not for Seth, but it's about last week's game.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe he can answer it as well.
The Hikasaka fight.
Mm-hmm.
The way those penalties rolled out, it's confusing. And why did we end up? How'd they end up with the power play?
Well, yes. Why don't we let a player, from the player's point of view, because I know what the coach's point of view is on that. Why don't we let a player talk about that?
Well, we originally had the power play coming. It was a delayed penalty, so we were going to be up a man. And then he got hit on the boards, and he didn't like that, so he turned around and cross-checked the kid in the face, and that instigated the fight. I believe he got an instigator, correct?
I didn't look at it.
Okay, well I think that was the instigator. That's why we got the extra penalty, because the other 2 penalties, they cancel each other out, and so we got the extra penalty because of the retaliation.
Yes, and what is something that we've talked about with our group?
They're big on keeping your emotions in check. I mean, they have some guys who they really wear their emotions on their sleeve, and they kind of go overboard sometimes, so we're really trying to tone that down.
Yeah, and fighting's part of the game, and if you got to handle your business, you handle your business with that. You go sit, and then you get out and play the game. So, good question. Any other questions?
It's probably best he didn't answer that.
What do you like to do when you're not playing hockey?
What do I like? He asked, what do I like to do when I'm not playing hockey? Well, we usually practice. We practice about noon. We work out either before or after. Most days, workout
After.
We work out after, and then so most of the days, surprisingly, I'll hang out with Tyler Hayes a lot. We'll just hang out at my house, go to his house. He's got a basketball court at his house, so we're not very good, but we try. We try really hard. So yeah, I just hang out with Tyler just about every day.
I have a question for the fan who just asked the question. If you wouldn't mind coming on up. Come on up.
Brady.
Come on, Brady. Brady, you do the Learn to Skate program, correct? Mm-hmm. You having fun with that?
Yes.
Okay, you just asked Seth what he does when he's not at the rink. What do you do when you're not at RoadRunner games?
Play outside and play basketball.
Basketball? Well, maybe one of these days Seth can take you over with Hayes and you can play basketball with him. Show him a few things. What do you think?
Yes.
All right. Will we see you at Learn to Skate again, session 2?
Yep.
All right. We'll see you there. Do we have any other questions from fans? Anyone want to pick the brains of a Roadrunner? Yes.
If you could have one superpower and name your superhero, what would your power be and what would you call yourself?
I'll let you go.
Both of us?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go ahead first.
I would like to be immortal, just because who wouldn't? Be pretty cool. What would my superhero be? Probably Iron Man. Iron Man, they're great movies. Tony Stark, he's got everything he needs. He's got it made. he can fly.
I would have to have. Well, you know what? Why don't we let the fans find out next week what coach is going to be? Because I would keep the same whatever is in our comic. I would absolutely want that power. So you'll have to wait and see Saturday night, and believe me, it's a good one because I wish I really had it.
Is it the power to be taller?
No, no, it's not. But I didn't think of that at the time. But I wish I would have.
I would take that too. Jake's got the height in our family.
Yeah, that's right. I think my favorite superhero. Ooh, man, that's a tough one.
He thinks he's Superman.
Batman.
He thinks he's Batman.
Batman.
He has he's got a Batman onesie, believe it or not, with the cape on it.
Yep.
And I still think he wears it about once a week.
No, I don't. I would say Batman, probably.
I don't know if Minions are considered superheroes, but he's a big Minion fan. He's got a Minion onesie too. I bought that for him for his birthday.
This is true. I do. Are they superheroes? I don't know.
They do. I figured.
Any other questions? Anything from we have more.
Are minions superheroes?
No.
Yeah, come on up.
Do you have any pregame rituals as a coach? And which player on the team has the most unusual pregame ritual?
I'll let you answer
I can answer
You don't have to say what they are.
The most unusual would have to be Tyler Hayes.
Okay.
He is a creature of habit, and if something goes off, he's off.
As a coach, I'll tell you, before the game is the worst time to be a coach. It's about an hour and a half of you just sitting around, not really knowing what to do, waiting for the game to start. There's really not anything specific that we do. I always try to have some gum on me for the game during the periods because it's kind of relaxing. The game gets pretty stressful sometimes at different points, and part of what we have to do is keep the players, their emotions in check, and that's something that we preach and something that we try to do ourselves. So I think having that gum helps me personally. Chewing on that, and the refs at times can really frustrate you too. So there's a lot of stuff going on down there behind the bench that can get heated, and so I would say having gum on me would be my game ritual. Yeah. Any other questions? Anything? Brady with more. Bring it on.
Why do you always sing at the games?
You're going to get me in trouble for that. I don't. I'm focused on the game. I just sing, just keep it light on the bench. Sometimes guys get tense, and I like to think my job is to keep everyone light and just having fun, because at the end of the day, it's just a game. We're just playing a kid's game, and the most important thing is to have fun. So I just try to make sure everyone's having fun. Always have fun.
Any other questions? Yes?
What's your favorite road trip snack?
Road trip snack. Oh. The last trip we had great snacks. We definitely didn't go hungry. That's tough. I love the bagels. Granola bars are probably my favorite because you can eat those before the game too.
Is it me too? Ooh.
He doesn't come to the back. He doesn't get snacks.
I don't usually eat the snacks. I don't usually eat the snacks. Try not to. It's easy to eat snacks on the bus because you're past time, so I try not to do that too much.
The clementines are really good too.
Yeah, fruit. Fruit would be great. And I know the players love the snacks, and our booster club and our fans do a great job of bringing that. So, and I know the organization appreciates all that, and I know the boys certainly do when they return to town with nothing left. So it's great. It's great what our fans and boosters do for us. Any other questions? Anything Nothing else? Well, I think, let's see what we got on the script here. It was supposed to be a few minutes over, sorry. I guess the Kamrass guys can talk a little bit.
We get that from our mom.
Odessa
She's
series.
a talker.
Odessa coming up, we'll let Chris do that. Chris, would you like to tease the Odessa series a little bit?
You were doing so well.
Well, I can do that. Fans, coming out to Landon Arena next week and watch your Topeka RoadRunners battle the Odessa Jackalopes. We have 3 games starting Friday night at 7, Saturday at 7, and Sunday at 6. Superhero night on Saturday. Sunday will be a battle. It'll be a grind. You'll see these guys play 3 games in 72 hours, and that's always fun. And it's going to be a great weekend. We have our promos, ticket deals. Look on our Twitter, Facebook, website, all that stuff. We'll make sure to give you guys plenty of notice and plenty of reminders to get out there. And again, bring your friends, families, everyone you know, because we only have, this is our second to last home series. We have one more in Amarillo in April, and we look forward to seeing everyone out there. So please come out to support your team and the RoadRunners. We look forward to seeing everyone there. And thanks for coming out tonight to Dickey's Barbecue.